Please can we give another sounding round of applause? Thank you very much, Ms. Adenu. I want to appreciate you. Thank you. I'm sure everyone got something unique out of that. I'm not a parent yet, but at least I got a few things from what you said. At least the types of learning options that we have. One of the things she said is, pick the option that best works for your family. It could be virtual, it could be in person, it could be hybrid, but pick what works for you. Also, I picked, support your children, listen to them. That's the way we are Nigerians. It's in our blood as parents to do the Nigerian culture, upbringing and all of that. But I think it's really important to listen to them, That way, at least, we don't have people doing things that we won't be proud of. Quickly, we'll be going on to the next item on our agenda is fitness time. We have a renowned fitness coach in our midst. The lockdown was not too easy. I'm sure it changed everybody's life. For me, I was not sleeping at the right time. I was sleeping in the morning and maybe at night, maybe online or doing something. I'm sure it changed everybody's life. Eating whatever, whenever, however. So we have someone in our midst, our coach, to talk about fitness, talk about our health, something to change the new normal, at least, to help us, remind us of things to do that can put us back on track. We have our coach. Her name is Nike Charles. She works full-time as an insurance claims manager. She's also the owner of Just to Sweat, a place where faith and fitness transforms life. She holds a bachelor's degree in science in kinesiology. Pardon me, I hope I got that right. And a minor in sports medicine. She's also a CNP Pro, certified personal trainer. She also, she's been into fitness her whole life. She is a wife, she's a mom to 2 young children who are active in sports. She thrives on seeing people healthy and then living active lives. She's a motivator. She likes to impact people's life, brings out the best in people. Her energy is infectious, and I'm sure she's going to infect us, all of us here this evening. So if you don't have your sporting shoe, I don't know which way Ms. Charles is going to go, but I know she's going to help us. Please, let's put a round of applause for Ms. Charles.
Appreciate it. I'm honored to be here today. She said my name is Adinike. Charles, I have 2 kids, 10-year-old and a 15-year-old girl. They're busy. I've been married for 17 years. I am a full-time job as an insurance manager. I've been doing that for almost, 15 years of insurance. My love for fitness has been around forever. I received a full scholarship to play basketball in California in 1997. I came back home, did kinesiology for a while, went into insurance, got a real job. As my dad says, get a real job. So I got a real career in the office, corporate world. And I remember sitting in my corporate office in a meeting, and I remember thinking, I love fitness, and this meeting is so boring. I have to do something else. And I thought, I lost 65 pounds after giving birth to my kids. I gained 65 pounds each child, and I had no neck. It was just a mess. Fitness is my thing. So in 2017, I opened up my studio in my basement. I renovated the entire basement. And it was a studio where I had 40+ women doing boot camp, one-on-one, personal training, consulting. It was busy. March 2020, COVID came. Here we are, a new normal. So I pivoted online to Zoom. And I have over 100 clients online for Zoom. I do boot camps. It's unbelievable. God is so faithful. He superseded my expectations. He's multiplied my needs. multiply my resources. That being said, fitness is a key element of what we do, as human beings. In the room today, I want to talk about tips of fitness and tips, things we can do in COVID in general. Talk about water first. How many in the room think they get enough water? Do we get enough water? See a few hands. What's enough water? Tell me. What's enough water? How much is enough water per day? I like the answers. Science says you have to have half an ounce to an ounce per pound. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be having between 75 ounces of water, 150 ounces of water, meaning 2.2 liters minimum to 4.4 liters of water a day. It's essential. Water is essential. We are made up of 60% water. Our bodies are made up of 60%. And we fail as human beings to get water in our system. So today I encourage you to get water. For me, it's all about the liters. So buy a bottle. If you get a liter bottle, I have a mason jar, it's a liter. So I gauge it. Accountability is key for your water. Getting water is so essential. It eliminates toxins, for joints, lubrication. It's so much benefits to your body. And people say to me, hey, they call me Nikki. I was born in Canada. I'm Nigerian. I speak Yoruba. I'm a Yoruba girl. That being said, I know. I was born here. People say, Nigerians, I can't drink all that water. I have to go pee every minute. You will get used to the water. It takes 14 days to get used to anything. Like you gotta drink the water. You go to the bathroom, but your body will absorb it. With time, it will absorb the water. So I encourage you to get water. They have apps you can get on your phone that tracks your water. Your partner at home, your kids at home. My kids know me, mommy. In the morning, I have a liter of water. I wake up, the first hour, I've had a liter of water, for sure. So as soon as you wake up, make sure you get 1 liter of water. Within the first hour of waking up, it's key to get a 1 liter of water in your body. It helps so much. Organs start moving, things start just going through, and it's so key to have bowel movements, and water helps with that. It's massive. In the room, we're Nigerian. We eat our iyon, we eat our eba. Somebody mentioned eba when I came in. Auntie, well done. And I'm not saying, talking about meals-wise, I would say for you guys, meal preparation is key. We're home. We work from home full-time now. I'm home full-time. I work in corporate. We're on our computers. We're home. Preparation is key. Preparing your meals. I prepare a meal for the week. My husband's Nigerian, and he's a Lagos boy, and he loves his fufu. He loves plantain, rice. Oh, he likes typical Nigerian meal. So when we learn to change our meals and have them healthier. So I'll make my salad. He doesn't do salads, but men, please do salads. I'm asking, I beg, please. Get the greens. F4 is not greens. F4 with all that roe and all that, that's not greens. Please, mix greens, have more greens on your plate, meaning having salads are important. Yes, you want to have F4, but don't have it with the melon and all that stuff and the bokotol and all the things in it. We need to avoid it at all costs. We can have it, but in moderation. I'm not saying don't have our foods are important. It's culture and it tastes so good. And the jollof rice with all the oil, I understand. Everything in moderation. I always say prepare your foods accordingly for your week. I'm a fitness person and my husband is fit as well. And my kids love the junk food, the pizzas, and they like the nonsense. That's what it is. Protein, the stuff. But they have it once in a while. You can have things, but once in a while. And also portion control is key. If it's bigger than your fist, our fufu, men in the room and women, even I see women eat fufu and the ikele is, it's massive. I'm like, where are we going? It's massive. The size of your fist should not be, even your rice, whatever you do, whatever you eat should be the size of no more than the size of your fist. Have it. And that's it. I don't need you to have 4 fists.
Is this a fist?
No, auntie, it's not a fist. This is your fist. Clean your fist. Not 2 hands, sir. No. No, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. You gotta make sure we're preparing. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Your body, what happens is we eat and we overeat as individuals, especially Nigerians, we overeat and we indulge in food. And food should be a delicacy. Our bodies, think about our bodies, and we fuel our bodies with the nonsense. Think about our premium vehicle. You do not put unleaded grass in a premium vehicle. We're premium vehicles. We're premium, so we are. So whenever you think about eating, think about we're putting premium gas in our body, premium foods in our body, not unleaded. You can put it, but what happens over time? Over time, it erodes. Things happen, so we want to make sure we put good things in our body. Lots of greens, and we're snacking. We like to snack, And a lot of Nigerians think chin, chin, chin. That's not a snack. Please, it's not a snack. Green, that's not a snack. It's not puff puff. It's not a snack. Meat pie, it's not a snack. It's not a snack. Those are not snacks. Those are not snacks. Avoid these things. They're high in they're high in fat, carbohydrates, and salt. We as Africans love our salt, and hence we have what? High blood pressure. My parents, my dad is 81, my mom is 70, my mom is 72, and same thing. They all both have high because they've cooked at home. Mommy said, see, put salt, put this, put that. No, mom. And the MSG and the Maggi, please. Maggi is the devil. Yes. Avoid Maggi at all costs. Because everything is Maggi, no Maggi, please. The Maggi is too much, too much. We're supposed to have 5 grams of salt per day. Minimum, less than 5 grams of salt a day, minimum. Maggi is full of sodium. And I get it, our taste buds change every 14 days. And that's it. So think about it. If you can eliminate the salt for 14 days, it will change your taste buds and things will taste funny. And you say, you're like, I don't want this. Even with cake and the sweets. So I encourage you 14 days of trying to eliminate salt, take it out of your diet. And it's the habits we teach our kids. Because same thing with me. I have 4 sisters. They were not brothers. And I'm the middle child, so I don't really cook. I was spoiled. But I see the way my parents cook and my sisters cook, salt was a key ingredient. So we as Africans have to learn to eliminate salt and just add different flavors, seasoning in it. Like herbs, I know it sounds kind of fancy, herbs and this tomato and little things here and parsley. We don't put, I was supposed to speak Yoruba, sorry. We don't put in it, but we have to start putting stuff that will flavor our foods better and cut out salt. It's so important because the water retention. How many of you woke up today with like your hands feeling swollen? Then you wake up in the morning and you feel like you're heavier and it's swollen. That's the salt that you're having. Sorry, go ahead.
I really use salt for my diet for a long time. So now I'm battling with no salt. So the doctor is telling me I need to have salt.
Okay.
So I have gotten so used to not having salt. It's become a health problem.
That the problem is that you went to the extreme. Have the salt. Same thing, everything in moderation. So I'm not saying cut it out, like eliminate it, like it's an X factor, but it's reducing the salt. The sodium is what's killing us. But you need salt in your diet, depending on what I don't know exactly what your dietary restrictions are.
I had BP and it was because of salt. So I knew it. So now I'm having to put little salt back in.
That's the problem. People go to the extreme. Don't have carbs. I hate that. Please have carbs. We need carbs. It's energy. People go and they don't take out. They take our bread out of their diet, so they have no bread for let's say 40 days, and then they put it back in. What happens? They gain all the way back. It's having things in moderation and realistic, and it's a journey. Fitness and lifestyle, and everybody's been on a diet. They have this diet stuff they go on, and they go on these binge eatings and intermittent fasting and one thing and one thing and one thing. Not everything works for everybody else. Find what works for you. And I want you to stick to that routine. Me losing 65 pounds, it was a routine for me to stick to. And I stick to it. My daughter is 15, my son is 10. And I've stuck to that she's 10, so 10 years. I've stuck to the same routine and it works for me. But I have clients who, what I did, what doesn't work for them. So I tailor my programs towards what's gonna work for you and your diet. And being African, I have African clients. But like, ma, I want to eat my kinikon. Yes, I'll incorporate it, but a certain way. And the salt will be cut back. So it's all about cutting back and not completely eliminating things out of your diet, unless it's sugar. Sugar is a killer. It's one of those things where you want, like sodas. Who doesn't have soda? We have soda. Everybody wants to have pop, Fanta. Please, it's terrible. 1 can of soda has 35 grams of sugar in it. That's 8.5 teaspoons of sugar in this small can. So my kids who drink pop, it's killing us. I'm just saying, like, the pop is killing us. And parents, we drink pop, we buy it. So I implore you, don't buy it. If it's not home, my kids know it's not home, they won't die. It's fine. So now I got into carbonated water. Because it's pop for them. Because they open it and they hear that shh. So it works. So whatever works for you, you gotta make sure this is gonna work for your kids. But eliminate the sodas. That's one thing I'd say. Cut it out. Do not buy it. Parents say, oh, my kids are eating XYZ, but who's buying it? Isn't us? We're the ones buying it, driving to McDonald's and rushing. So now it's COVID season. I encourage you to find a meal plan for the house. Even make a meal plan every day. This is what we're having. Because if it's scheduled, we're gonna try to stick to this schedule. And now we have time on our hands. It's 24 hours in a day, 160 hours a week. That's what we have. A week we have that. So people say, I don't have time, You choose. So you make time for what matters. And our health matters. I mean, our parents back home, I think my parents, but they're here. But back home, my dad's dad, my mom lived long. Now I'm seeing people dying of cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure. And what is it? The foods we choose, the meals that we eat. So I implore you to make sure you make meal plans in COVID and stick to the habits, because now we have more time at home. And working in corporations or working at home, you do have time. You have at least 45 minutes to prep. I prep on Sundays. That's my prep night. I'll prep for the week. I'll cut up my vegetables. I'll do my salads. I'll make sure everything's in place for the week. My husband likes his plantain. I know we bought plantain. We bought an air fryer. That's the new magic. If you don't have an air fryer, please go to Costco. They have a Ninja one. It's perfect. Costco, you owe me for advertising. Buy a Ninja one. Plantain, cut it up. No salt. Don't need. It's plantain. Throw it in there. It's perfect. It comes out. Instead of frying, we fry in oil. We put our vegetable oil, and the plantain is soaking. The oil is just loving the plantain, and we eat it. So we do our chicken in there, our salmon in there. We do my kids like fries. Throw the fries in there. We throw everything in that air fryer. So for one thing today, buy an air fryer. It's a game changer. I would say that. When it comes to fitness, movement, that is my thing. I tore my ACL twice. I played basketball. I tore it twice. I had surgery twice, reconstructive. So I have no meniscus, which is my bones. It's bone on bone. But I still make no excuses. I still work out. My Instagram, I'll give you my card later. Movement is medicine. You have to move. I'll say it again. Movement is medicine. We as Africans, especially, we come to the country. We want to work, take care of our kids. Like my brother said here, make sure our kids are perfect. No perfect kids. There's none. We're trying doing the best we can. That's all we can do. The best we can, and we're gonna make mistakes. There's no handbook. I was gonna say there's no handbook in parenting. There's zero handbook. So however way they turn out, it's the values we instill in them. Our brother in the back says, you gotta trust that they're gonna know my mom and dad put this in me. I'm gonna take it with me wherever I go. So you're doing the best you can. Their hair is purple tomorrow. Are they breathing? They're fine. They're good. As long as they're breathing, they're fine. So my brother, you're doing well. It's prep school, basketball. I got a full scholarship. And my parents didn't pay nothing for school for me. And my dad just said, it's just basketball. It's by force. King come. When he got a letter saying it's free, he said, go, please. Go. Same thing, go. So my things, as parents, I want to implore us African parents to let our kids live a little bit and not be so strict on them, because we're going to push them away. Society is going to raise them for us, and we don't want that. My daughter's 15, and I see things she does, and Snapchat, and all these things.
TikTok.
Yeah. Renegade. I don't know, these kids do these things. But it's like us as parents have to make sure. My kids see me, movement is medicine for me. So it's all about moving, and they see what I do, boot camps, one-on-ones. I'm online, I have clients in my garage. I have clients because COVID, can't come out. In the garage, I have clients on track and field. So my daughter knows, okay, we do sports. We make sure we have a schedule, we follow the schedule. And for fitness, movement-wise, no more than 45 minutes to an hour, even 30 to an hour. No more than an hour a day, every other day, 3 days a week at max. You don't need to be in the gym for an hour and a half. This, that. I see people there for 2 hours. Why? It's a waste of time. 30 minutes to an hour, every 3 days a week. And your diet changing, that will change your life and change your mindset. It's making good habits. So us as, especially Africans, making good habits so our kids can see that we're doing good things and not just working and not just doing that corporate life and running that race. Mom goes to the gym. They know my kids on me. Where's mommy? In the basement somewhere. At least for 45 minutes. We're doing boot camp. We're doing something. So my kids see it too, and I see them doing it as well. So I want to encourage us to make movement part of our day-to-day activity. If it's 3 times a week minimum, 3 or 4. If you do 5, hats off to you. But I don't recommend every day is fitness. At least 3 or 4 times a week. Movement for a walk, at 30 minutes minimum, 45. Even an hour walk is great. Get out, talk on the phone, do what you do, and also clear your mind. Our mental health is massive, especially for us Africans. We have so much pressure in being that, succeeding and doing well. So we want to make sure we take our mental health break. For me, mental health break is I am a Christian and I have a prayer closet. So in the morning I wake up and I make sure I go in my closet, because if I don't connect with God, I'm not well for anybody else. So my well is empty. So I got to make sure my well is full. So connecting that way in the world, in the Western world, they call it mental health. I call it spiritual deposits. And I need to deposit in my soul with time with Christ. So I implore you to find what works for you and make sure you take it with you every day, because your kids are watching, people are watching. Yourself, it's important for yourself, and make time for what matters. When it comes to fitness, I brought bands actually. Just so something small and simple we can do. If you don't have equipment at home, you can use a towel, you can use a chair, you can use a broom, you can use anything you have at home. I'm gonna call one of the kids up to help me with this for a second. If you have your stands. Who wants to be my demo? I'll take 2 kids. Why not? Yeah.
Why kids? Why not?
And come, I have a. You want? Which
what
one?
are we doing before?
I'm sorry. Take one out. So this is. So you're in the. Okay, good.
Social distancing.
Exactly. So we're gonna get it out. So what do you want? So when you're at home, when you put them on your wrist. So the bands are these. This is the lightest one, the yellow, and then we have green as well. Green is medium, and then I have red, which is a harder band. So what you do is literally put on your wrist, and now I'm gonna time you guys 20 seconds. Okay, so you're gonna pulse it out for 20 seconds. Give me a second. Let me get my timer together so you guys are good. You guys ready? So we're gonna bring it out. Your arms are gonna be straight out, and I'm gonna hear a beep. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All the way up. So I want you to pulse it out. Go all the way. Keep moving your hands. Simple. Get antsy. Keep going. Keep your hands straight. Come on, you got 9 seconds. 9. Breathe. Come on. Almost there. 7. For 6. 5. Breathe. Come on. 4, 3, 2, and 1. How do you feel? Good job. All the way up. All the way up. Get with me. Wait. 4, 3. Breathe. Simple. Let's go. All the way up. Keep going. Simple bands. All the way up. Come on. 15 more seconds. Breathe. Are you sweating here, kids? No? Come on. How do your arms feel? This is your building. I mean, you can do it sitting down. How do you feel? You out of breath already?
It's sore.
I think so. Confession. You got 3. Breathe. 4. Come on. You're almost there. Yeah. Okay. You're good. Simple. You gotta put down. All the way down. Now I want you to roll it up. Roll it up. You can use one foot if you need it. Hands, you're good? There you go. Come on. You ready? Simple bands. Roll it all the way up. Breathe through it. Keep that chin up. And I want you to roll. Roll. Keep breathing. Keep rolling. Well done. Keep going. You got 9 seconds. Breathe. Come on. Almost there. 7, 6, 5, 4. You got a breath? Breathe. I can hear you breathing. You got to breathe. Next time, when you put it on your ankles, all the way around. Get it inside. Simple. You can be at home 5 minutes. Tops. 2 seconds. And I want you all the way out. Breathe it up. Step it out. 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 Keep going. Keep going. So you start any movement. You're standing. You do it. There you go. Come on. 8 seconds. Breathe. In 7, 6, 5. In 4. Breathe. 3. I need to get you in the gym, homie. Last one. When you're ready, breathe through it. You got 5 seconds. Are you good over here? 4. You good? Are you sweating yet? No, I'm proud of you. Now you're going. Let's go. Come on. Okay. I want you to move faster. Move. There you go. All the way. Keep going. Good. Stay with me. You got 10. Breathe. 10. Auntie. Let's go. How was the knee fight? Was it good? 1, 2. There you go. You can find a walk. When you turn around, find a walk. Simple. You kick it back. Kick it all the way back. You need a walk. All the way back. You ready? 3, 2. Simple things you can do. Let's go. Ready? Last 2. Ready? All the way back. Kick back. Breathe. 15 seconds. You okay there, sir? I'm proud of you. Well done. Come on. 10, 9, 8. Keep that leg straight. Let's go. Think about the cough you had, right? You get up right. Everything. And then see. Come on. All of it. Get through. We're going to have water. So you ready? Water. Switch legs. Last one. Switch legs. Let's go. We're good. Breathe through it. Good job. Keep going. Almost there. Breathe. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys. Yes, so you think about, and you keep that, you keep that. You're good. Think about it, a band like this can do anything. You're sitting on it. Anything. Simple. That's your prize. That's your prize for demonstrating. Thank you. Anything, a band, it could be a broom, it could be a chair, you bring a chair up, but same things. If you have a chair at home, you have a chair at home, very simple. You do squats, simple things. Just do it. Even to get up, squats. Anything you can do, even get it down, mountain climbers. You can bring the chair over, get it good, squat through. Anything. There's so much you can do with the chair. So many things you can do. Even get the bands on, alternate it. So don't think that you have to go to the gym to get a workout in. We have to go to the gym to get fit. You have to go to the gym to find equipment. It's things at home. Broomstick, towel, weights. Weights. If you don't have weights, use a towel. Water bottle, cans of beans, cans of anything at home. No, and cans of whatever we have. Corned beef, because we like corned beef with that one way. And it's not good. That being said, but I want you guys just to focus on movement and moving every day for at least 30 minutes. 30 minutes minimum. That's my plea to you guys. Is move, cut out your salt, increase your water intake, prep your meals, and make time for yourselves. It's important. We can't die young. Our kids need us. So we gotta make sure we live longer, so you gotta fuel your body right. Like fuel. My kids will know they gotta eat greens. It's important. Have your smoothies, make smoothies. And fruits, I forgot to mention, please, anything berries are great. Mangoes, pineapple, high in sugar fruits, try to cut them out or reduce them. Try to focus on having just berries. Blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. Pomegranates are good too, but berries. Cut out the sweet pineapple. Everybody likes pineapple, they like mangoes, they like all these sweet things, but they're high in sugar and our body crashes.
What about apples?
Green apples.
Green, not red.
Green apples, almond butter.
Grapes?
Grapes, no, sugar.
Oh, no
They're
grapes?
high in sugar. You can have them, but it's not something you want to buy all the time. Don't buy it because they're high in sugar.
Cherries?
Cherries are good too, but they're like $10 a pound.
Yeah, but they're so yummy.
Yeah, they're not bad though. They're good.
Okay, so they're good cherries.
They're good, yeah. They're good. And yeah, questions?
Watermelon?
Pardon?
Watermelon is good.
Watermelon's good.
So you said sugar.
Yeah.
What about cane sugar or honey?
Cane sugar is great. Honey's great.
Sorry.
I like to say when you're trying to lose weight, because a lot of women, we can be fit and still say, this is here, because it's in our head. So I always say, but if you're heavier and you want to lose the weight, I always say sugar is the first thing to eliminate, because your taste buds change every 14 days. So your taste buds will change, and you won't crave the sugar. We crave these things. And so once your taste buds change, you won't crave them as much, you cut out the sugar. And we like to have carnation milk and our tea, nonsense. Dairy, I cut out dairy for years because dairy has an effect on my body specifically, where it reacts to it in a negative way. And I think as humans, we have to start somewhat moving away from dairy, because the effects of dairy's not like back in the days. Dairy now is it's not even dairy. I don't know if they're cows. I don't know what those are. So it's just dairy. I don't recommend dairy. Almond milk, cashew milk, soy milk, not as much. Rice milk is good. Oatmeal, like oat milk is good. Goat milk, say, is good as well. I'm not too fan of the big anything like that. No, I'm not about that. But yeah, yes.
Sorry. That was an excellent presentation.
Oh, thank you.
It was so funny, and even though you're saying a lot of serious stuff, the way you presented it, it sounded very well. But I have a question on nutrition. Now, I think there's some people that even if they eat a lot, they don't tend to, or let me put it this way, there's a group of people that tend to lose weight really fast, but then it's very hard to put on weight. And I think I fall in that category in terms of, I know a couple of my friends and stuff, and I'm like maybe half their size and stuff like that. So for me, eating well is something that is very, very critical. Now, my normal regime, and with what you said now, I feel like I've been wasting my time. In a week, I will play soccer on Saturday, play tennis twice, and then I'll go to the gym twice. And for me, anytime I finish those, I'm just always ready to eat pounded yam at night because for me, I think I lose a lot. When you use your watch, check, I lose a lot of calories, and the only way to get them back for me is to eat the Nigerian meals. Yeah. Because I can't eat salad after losing like 600 calories. So I think if you may, really for someone that loses weight easily and is very, very active in sports, what kind of meals do you suggest?
I'm all about the protein. Increasing your protein is key. Like having lots of protein. So you say you can't have, you said you want to have neonate, late. I always think because you don't sleep well. Like the goal is, you don't want to eat 3 hours before bedtime, they say. For females, I always say don't eat past 7, 8 o'clock because we go to bed later. And us Africans are always hustling. We hustle. I get it. That's who we are, it's in our nature. But you gotta make sure when you don't eat so late, because then you don't sleep, you have bad sleeping habits. And what happens, you're tossing and turning in sleep. And you're still burning calories in your sleep. Okay. You can have lots of protein. So me, it's all about the shakes. Because in my shakes, I can put everything I wanted. Like I throw all my greens, I throw my spinach, kale, protein powder, L-glutamine to boost my muscles. I throw spirulina, which is iron. I throw everything I want in that smoothie, which is great for me, and it fuels my body. What's Ian? What's so you think about it, you have all, your protein is what? Your protein is the meat. The meat. Yeah. And you have the 3 pieces of meat, and it's soaked in oil. And it's soaked in whatever we have in our vegetable oil and the canola oil that we use, and then everything we have. So you feel the purpose of you doing all the exercises to get your body right, and you're fueling it back, you're injecting it with all the other nonsense. So you have to increase your protein, like your natural protein, which is like you want to make sure you put your hemp seeds in your smoothies. Like for you, I would say have a smoothie, and you can do egg whites if you're not full enough. Yeah. Like egg whites are good. It's a good protein with your chicken. Go ahead.
So in a nutshell, if I've played a lot of soccer and you're like drained, you can just go home, have a bath, mix smoothie and eat 2 eggs and it's good. My tongue is still like flat, but does it mean that in terms of the nutrients that you need to not lose weight, you will kind of like balance
that? So during the day, you're having all what you need. You should be eating your meals within the 2 hours of waking up. So for me, some people do intermittent fasting, that's their preference. I don't support it. It doesn't work for my clients because I know intermittent fasting. I'll get to that after. But for me, my husband, the same thing. Like he works out, the same thing. But he eats early. He eats his food. He gets oatmeal. He has oatmeal. Prime example. He has oatmeal. He puts pecans in it, hemp seeds in it. He puts chia seeds in it. So all these nutrients he scoops it in it. And then he has a shake as well on the way to work. If he's going to work, he has a shake, a green shake, with the protein powder that he likes, which is full of all the resources that he needs for his body. And then at lunch you have rice, you have a jollof, or white rice and stew with the meat. He's already had that. So my thing is for you, have it, but have it earlier. Right? I don't want you not to have the food, please eat. But coming home after being depleted, you've already worked out and you're in that state of, you're burning calories, you're still in that EPO, which is after workout, and you're still burning calories. It's great. But make sure you have something that's gonna fuel your body. Like you fuel it, premium gas, not unleaded.
Right.
So have it, but earlier. Sir.
I had a question because your presentation really is amazing. Even the fact that I did this, because I didn't think a resistance band, but
and you want one? Yay!
That's the door. But I feel like sometimes, because I grew up, I didn't exercise. Like my mom, she's a fitness junkie. I think people don't know this about her, but like growing up, she used to wake us up on Saturday, 6 a.m. We're going to, anybody who grew up in Nigeria, there's this bridge, like the Lekki Bridge. We're going to the bridge, we're jumping it 3 times. I'm like, oh no, I want to eat Indomie, I'm fighting her. And she used to I used to hate fitness. Like my rule was, if I'm sweating, I'm not doing it. And I got here, right, and I kind of still refused to exercise. The idea that, oh, exercise has changed the way you look, and if you're fat or ugly. And I come from this generation where we tend to fight the norm so much, even when it doesn't really make sense to fight it. So I was like, no, I want to learn to love myself. But I think when I started exercising, I think it wasn't, my heart got broken, right? And I was like a lot of people my age, I started exercising instead of doing a lot of unhealthy habits. So I started exercising and I got into it. But I wasn't losing weight, right? Because I was lifting a lot of weights, I wasn't doing a lot of cardio, I wasn't caring about what I eat, it was just exercise. So what is your advice on exercise for mental health instead of for physical development and change?
It depends what you like. Mental health wise, some people like to do yoga. So I would say movement is medicine. That's massive for me. So any type of movement will help you mentally, physically, and emotionally. People have to move. Like we're meant to move, we're meant to pump our heart, we're meant to exert ourselves and play. I play sports, I still play sports when I can. But I mean, it's moving, getting things done. So anything, movement will help you mentally. So just keep moving, just move. Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. My question borders on my lifestyle. So I have a very sedentary life. I'll take that from my brother. I'm an only girl in the midst of guys. So just before I got married, everyone is like, my brothers are like, oh, you can have love handles, you can have this, you have to fit, you have to. So I have that mindset, but due to the nature of my job, I've always had a sedentary life. I work in the financial industry. I just sit down there, I'm just on my computer and all that. Before COVID, what I do, maybe if I'm not having a coaching session or if I'm not teaching some of the new to role or stuff like that, I take walks during my 1 hour. So it kind of works for me. COVID, I couldn't do nothing.
Why?
So, I just sit on there on the Zoom meetings, and then my daughter comes up and says, oh, mommy, you have to do this, you have to do this, because she's active in gym. And something I just recently incorporated, I was just telling my sister Baller, I think last week, I said, hey, I started doing, I think, jumping jacks, and I see it works for me. So what I do now, I just do that like something like 7 to 10 minutes every morning, just to get some jumps and do some stretches and all. I snack a lot because I need glucose on my brain when I'm working, when I'm in those meetings and all. What's your advice on for fitness?
I would say, because it's when you tell my clients and they say, I don't have time, I don't have this, I think this. It's patterns you've created, habits you've created. You have to unbreak these habits of saying, you know what, I can't. It's saying I will and I can, I must. So for me, it's I have to have a group of I'm snacking on. What am I snacking on? Is it beneficial to my body? Is it fueling my body accordingly? Is it nuts, unsalted nuts? Is it green apples with almond milk? Like, what are we snacking on?
I'm cucumbers and almonds. Everything is also.
And how much almonds? And think about it, it's all about, so I think almonds was 12 a day, 12 a day of almonds you're supposed to have. People have 40, 45, they're chopping almonds like it's granuts. No, we can't. Like, yeah. Right, so we gotta remember what we're snacking and getting up. Even I'm in a Zoom meeting, I get up. It'll be okay. I'm getting up and I'm moving. I put on my bands and I'm moving. I just gotta move because I can't deal with it. And they're talking and it's fine, but I'm still moving my legs and I'm moving. And you have Zoom meetings how long? And you get a break. It's Canada. They have to give you a break now. What do you work for?
So that's a good question because I've been in a back-to-back 3-hour meeting. I'm a mentor and I have a mentee and a regular meeting and something else. So there's at least twice a week I have at least one meeting in a day.
Okay, so my whole thing is always take care of yourself first. So whatever it is, make time for you. Cut out your time for yourself. Schedule your day. The thing is all about scheduling your day. Make sure your day is scheduled and you have movement in your day and your meals set out right. You gotta plan ahead. I get it, and we as humans make excuses, and I would say no more excuses. It's 2020, COVID season is here. It's not going anywhere. We're here. Stop with excuses, stop and execute. You have to stop saying, I have meetings, I have this, I have that, I have that, I have that. You have 160 hours in a week. What have you done with it? How have you fed your soul? Because what happens is we're gonna be 60, 70 down the road thinking, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, no regrets. So start with it's an excuse. I promise you. You seem like an amazing lady, but as human beings, to stop saying I have this to do. Take care of you, because at the end of the day, our jobs, our corporate jobs, trust me, they'll tell you bye. Tomorrow, your obituary will come out with, trust me, your posting will come out before your obituary. I always say that. I might think about it. They will post your job before they post your obituary. I promise you, they'll post your job. So think about that. How important are you to this corporation? How important are you to yourself? Because you matter more than the corporation you're feeding. So,
Thank you.
yes, I'm done.
You said that you walked when you used to go to the office?
So that was pre-COVID.
So why are you walking?
Thank you. Outside it's still there. It's still outside. Open the door and you step outside. The trees are still alive.
Because on my PJs, so.
So get on the ground.
Get up, put on your jacket, and go out first thing in the morning, or after work.
Thank
Go
you
out
so
for a walk.
Time to say one more question or we're good? One question.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Adipele. That was a very nice presentation. Oh, the question I want to ask is about the teenagers. So, do they, just as what he said, they don't, the fitness is for them to be acceptable among their peers, not that they want to live. Like I have an 18 years old girl. Okay, I have 3 of them, 2 are like me because I don't have problem in that area. So one is a bit, like, I don't have problem and I eat my African food. So one is a bit plumpy and no side comment, African, he looks formal among other people. So she now followed this fitness coach on Instagram and she stopped everything we eat in the house. And she now came with all this work, all what to put together now. Protein, whatever. I'm telling you, after 3 months, this girl landed me in the hospital because she fainted. And I'm saying the truth. And it was, she couldn't walk for like 4 days.
I believe you.
I was shaking because she was like, no. So she called someone and that was it. So even up till now, thank God for Lady Abba. They always help me to call her, please, I'll be eating something. She doesn't eat rice, she doesn't eat anything again. If I'm cooking, she'll just come. Remember, you are killing yourself with oil, you know, with oil. You know, it's like that. So I don't know how they are going to be helped because even still now, she lost about, I think, 30 kg within 4 months. Yeah, she couldn't walk again. So she's still coming up. So I don't know how they are going to be helped. Because once they learn with university girls, what they know is what they know. Like we are all old school. There's something they want to say, they don't want. So I don't know how they're going to be helped. Maybe through the program, I don't know.
It's finding a mentor. My daughter's 13, my daughter's 15, and I see the cycle. She played very soccer. I see the cycle of young girls, girls, they like this bandwagon of being slim, being fit. It's all about being healthy. I don't care about you. There's something, it's not skinny fat. They call it skinny fat. They're skinny, yes, but internally they're messed up. They're the worst you can be. People that are heavier are actually healthier. You'd be surprised. So I always say to my younger girls, I say, listen to me, love your body the way it is, make sure you're fueling it accordingly. So they follow me on Instagram, and it's nonsense. Tell you can have all these things, cut out, Everything in moderation. Everything is in moderation. And things that are killing you, like the sodas, you cut it out. But for teenagers, I mean, I'll give you my card later on. But I mean, yeah, for me, it's all about mentoring our younger kids and having them follow great paths, not these yo-yo diets that always fail. Because if you can't maintain it, forget it. You're gonna lose. If you cannot maintain this diet, I hate calling it diets, but it's a lifestyle. Maintain the lifestyle, don't start it. No bread, I beg, please. If somebody tells you don't have bread on your diet, on your plan, please fire them. You're paying money for them. Just fire them. Just fire them. I think you can eat things in moderation. Yeah, it's moderation. Don't fire bread. You can have bread, just in moderation, and have good bread. It's good bread. But I mean, thank you for having me. If you want to have food. But I mean, it's also, like I said, it's finding what works for you and your lifestyle. And it's a calorie that you want to eat less calories. It's what it pretty much is. Less calories equals weight loss. It's very simple. It's not rocket science. So it's watching what you eat, but eating accordingly. Remember, you are a premium vehicle, not unleaded gas cannot go in your vehicle. So just, yeah, thank you guys, appreciate it.